With that said, here we are. We have to interrupt that briefly as the formation lap starts, folks. The formation lap where the drivers and teams can briefly warm up the car, the tires, the brakes, technically the engine. And here we see now all the tires that all the teams are starting on. Only 3 drivers decided to start on mediums. The harder compound that lasts longer but provides less grip. Stopireski and Kozinus of the Arcjet team, and for Toshi of Red Rocket. The rest, everyone starting on softs, really proving that they all want to get a very good start. And I also can see now the starting grid on the left in accordance to that. And I think we will all talk a lot about this one here. Jesse Kaikin, the pole setter for Nuke Prix. A very, very, very surprising and unexpected pole position. We did see that they are meaning it serious with their little marketing sketch here, as they really flux in a lot of money for that project, but I think nobody expected them to start from pole position right in the first race. It's going to be interesting to see, especially with this one here, the only American on the grid, Twig Frog on P2 for the Voltec Motorcraft team. Just imagine what could happen between those two. And then we have, of course, Shortashvili of Red Rocket there on P5. The first few positions here could have something in store for us. Feel like the first lap will be very interesting in that regard, but now all the theorizing, all the hypothesizing, and all the hoping is over. Now it's about to see who actually will win the very, very first Nuke Prix of the Formulout 1 overall. A historic event for the future as the cars are lining up right now. Tension, sorry about that little cut out here, the tension is rising. So we have a little traffic light with 5 red lights. They will go on one after another, and when they go out, the race officially starts. There we go. 5 red lights. And the lights are out. And away we go. The very first Nuke Prix of the Formula 1 is starting. Oh, a very, very bad start by Twig Frog. Very great start here from Strakovic, who takes the outside there into the first corner. Will he be victorious into the next right-hander there? It seems to be, as Jesse Kaikin still is leading the race. Very great start. And there we go. Strakovic actually passed 2 cars here. Very great performance from the Yugoslav. Very, very great performance, as we have Jesse Kaikin leading the race still from pole position with a little gap that is forming right now. But don't be surprised if that gap actually gets narrowed down, as we see the slipstream already in effect right here, as the Robco of Strakovic is drawing closer there. Now this very, very long back straight of FalloutForHope, and there he goes on the outside. It seems like it can actually work. And now towards this corner, he actually has the lead. And just has to get back again, but it's not done yet. It is not done yet. Now he is passed. There we go. Very great first lap for Robco here. Wonderful. Wheel to wheel through those curves indeed. A wonderful first lap. A wonderful first lap that was delivered here. And now Jesse Kaikin tries to get it back, directly followed by the Voltec of Frog, who is not happy with that start here. Trying to make a move, but has to launch back again. I'm pretty sure he will try now on that main straight, the start-finish there. There we go. Now in the slipstream, on the inside line. Will that work? It looks like it will. Very easily done on the inside line, and it seems to work, but it's not over yet. It is not over yet. Jesse Kaikin comes back at it. Now the first few oh, this is a tight one, but it works. Jesse Kaikin, very great defending done here. Absolutely wonderful. But the unfortunate thing is, with that defense, I'm pretty sure she lost some time there to the current race leader of Strakovic. For Robco, there is a gap forming, and now on the inside line, will it work this time for Voltec? It does. And there we see the replay of the start. There we go. So that's Strakovic, the current race leader, directly getting Keyline Maple at the very start. Then on the outside here on that vault again. That wasn't a very good start. Oh, ooh. Directly into the side pod, but it seems like everything was fine there. And then just really... Oh, that was quite a bold move. And there we see a replay of Makolina of Poseidon. P17. 1, 2. Oh, wow. 3, 4 cars already. 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 cars in just basically the start. What a start! By Carlos Javier Macaulay, who's now on P7 for a matter of fact. 10 positions in just one lap. That is absolutely fantastic as we see some battling going on in the lead here again. All those, oh my god, look at that. It's 4 different teams battling at the front. We have Nuke Prix, Rupco Racing, Voltec, and Red Rocket battling for P1 basically. As the camera is following Twig Frog here, the Voltec, the American, basically a home race for that one. You love the smiley face on the helmet. It's a wonderful helmet to see indeed. That is a very picturesque capture here, and there we go. Oh my god, almost 3 cars wide into that hairpin, but luckily they decided against that because the straight should offer more than enough possibilities to overtake. We are now in lap 3, and now let's see. Oh my god, 3 cars wide. It's not working. No, okay. Jesse K. smart enough to actually get back again, but now we see Trick Frog attacking, and he's actually past Strakovic, but it's not over yet, but I think he's actually got it. But the pace looks great. There we go. And Twig Frog. We have 3 different race leaders on 3 laps. What a fantastic start to that very first race. You gotta love to see it. Absolutely wonderful. But everyone really keeping it absolutely respecting of the track limits and the other drivers, nobody pushing each other out. That is some good racing to watch here. But now the main straight once again. Let's see. Now on the outside line, Robko is coming back with Strakovic again. As oh my god, that was a very close call. Jessie K nearly rear-ending the car of Twig Frog here, but it seems like she actually got away with it. Nothing damaged, not that I can see. No, it all looks very fine. Not that I expected that, but it can happen. It can happen. Whew, the first 4 laps here, and we're still not getting a breather, I gotta say. This is quite ecstatic to watch, folks. No match between the eyelids are required for this one today, as we see it in comic strips. As now, Twig Frog attacking on the inside line to the hairpin. And it seems to work, but it's not over yet. Robko on the outside on the back stride. It is marvelous. And now on the stride, and now we see one of the Rat Rockets, that's Fujio Toshi attacking, taking the lead. What a change over here. They're changing positions more often than we are changing our under. We're watching this battle. This is absolutely fantastic. You gotta love it. What a performance here from all the drivers and teams here. Fujio Toshi of Red Rocket Racing taking the lead. It's now lap number 4. We had 4 different race leaders so far. What an amazing start for Nuke Prix. As now Frog very keen to re-attack. He goes on the inside line. That could work through that corner. But let's see how it is on the straight again. There we go, easy, but Fujio Toshi luring, and also, oh my god, there's Strakovic coming out of nowhere on the inside line, and oh my god, did they crash? It seems like he rear-ended. It seems like Voltic rear-ended. I cannot see any damage though, it seems fine. That was a very close one though. We saw the wobbling. We saw the wobbling of Twig Frog there. Oh my god, everything seems fine. I don't see any damage on the front wing, but that was a very risky one. Strakovic with full force there. Whew. Then we see the replay of that action again from Frog's onboard. Oh. Oh my god, that was sketchy. That was sketchy, but it worked. It was within the regulations. Oh, wait a second. We actually saw damage down the front wing of Toshi there. The left front wing. The left part of the front wing has some minor damage. Barely noticeable in this distance, but we saw it in the onboard cam there very clearly. As we see the battle here back again. Look at this. Fujio Toshi battling for that position. And now comes through a yellow calf beside it. Where did Makulita come from? This guy came out of nowhere, attacking now onto P2, and now on the inside line, and they come together, but everything looks fine. There was no crash. Carlos Javier Makulita, what in the mighty? Lap number 5, and we have 5 different race leaders. Where did he come from? Folks, he started from P17, and now he gets re-overtaken again on that stride, and he goes through the inside line. He does a switchback move. Will he hold it? Will he hold it? Will he hold it? Robco coming back in it again. Oh my god. And he has to... Oh my god. That was absolutely bonkers. They're switching positions like a fresh couple trying to figure it out. This is... I hope nobody had any reason here to shut their eyes for one moment because, oh my god, was that close, but it's not over yet. There we go. Strakovic attacking again on the inside line. Hopefully he can make it work this time as he had to draw back earlier. And now on the back straight is not enough yet, I think. But there we go. There we have the replay of Carlos Javier Makulina. Starting P17 and going through. Look at that! Going through as if it was nothing. As if he was on skis running some slalom slopes. Look at that. Oh my god, but he really was going aggressive. And now he's on P3 as Twig Frog holds P1 and Strakovic for Rob goes on P2. The Nuke Cola has really lost some pace. Look at that, Jessie K. Kin down on P6 and her teammate Kila Maple on P9. They really lost quite a lot of positions in the start of the race here so far. Not a very good performance by Nuke Cola. They had such a good qualifying. We really expected them to dominate this weekend. But now they lost quite a bunch. Oh my god, but I feel like now we actually have some time to breathe. Because there's quite some gap here. Yeah, look at that gap. That is massive between Twig Frog for Voltag in a home Nuke Prix. Oh my goodness. We are soaking wet already just from sweat watching those first 7 laps. What an opener. What an opener. Absolutely marvelous. And there we go in the back there, battling quite a lot for second position. And we saw a lot now of Frog. There we go. I was just about to say, how about we switch back there to P2? Because that battle is very interesting between Fujio Toshi, Strakovic, and Makulina is still at it. We were dad naming almost. Oh my god, that was a... What was that camera? That was the butt cam of Red Rocket. We were almost dad naming Poseidon Energy in the pre-race show. We are saying how bad they performed, not much to expect from them, and then Carlos Javier Makulina comes through and delivers such a performance. Alright, but now after 7 laps it seems like there's some structure coming in right now. The question is now, of course, who does stop onto which tires and when? Everyone started on the soft compound, wanting to really get a good start here, except for the 2 Arcjet systems and for Toshi, who despite choosing mediums is right now on P2, by the way. So, see, that could be interesting to see how that forms. That could be interesting to see how that forms. And it's great that we see Frog, but how about TV team? Could we please see the others? Because yeah, there we go. There we have it. So for Toshi. Wait, is that for Toshi? No, I think that might be actually... I think it actually might be his teammate, Shotoshvili. I think it might be Sharina Shot. It's hard to see because I cannot see the helmet. Shotoshvili having a very white helmet. It is Shotoshvili indeed! I was not wrong there. Directly followed by Makulina. Oh no, wait, that's not correct. That's Strakovic. Okay, it seems like the system needs a little bit of an adjustment here. Oh my god, look at that. 4 cars wide on that straight go into... Okay, 2 cars into that corner. They are wise enough to not pull that one. 4 cars into 1 corner, that will not work. I can tell you that, folks. Yeah, and Shota's really losing now. Quite a lot of positions here. Oof, 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 oof. As Trickfrog continues to build a gap here. Because Marcolina lost quite some pace right now. He's really going slow, as we see Toshi on mediums, as said again. He can go longer than all the others. Being on P4, that's a very, very good position for them, as Marcolina defends as much as he can from Strakovic, who's almost in the red diffuser there. But now, there we go, main straight. Let's see how it will be for position 2 in the first corner. Will he pull it? It works. And oh my god, is that trick throw slow? What in the actual fuck? You cannot this is unbelievable! The engine smoking up off the race leader! What a blame! Absolutely unbelievable! The US American out in the home Nuke Prix for Voltac. That weekend looks as dark as the inside of your eyelids for Trickfrog there. He did Thomas the Tank Engine. Ironically enough, the cars blew as well as... Oh my god. So that changes a lot. Whoa. That changes a lot because that means that for Toshi right now is battling for the lead on the mediums. Oh yeah, this is heartbreaking. He was just about to build a gap there. The pace looked solid for Voltac there. And then he has to retire because of a smoking up engine. I wondered what component caused that. For you, personal information out, the Voltac Motorcraft's running on the Rupco engines. It's a light water reactor engine, everything fine there, but... Oh my god, as we have right now, Marcolina being the race leader! You gotta be kidding me! This guy started from P17 and is now leading the race because of the DNF there of the early one, and now for Toshi is coming back at it. Very easy to attack, and he does a switchback move, and it works just like a charm. Absolutely like a charm. Marcolina really performing it today. Nobody expected that one to see, but I have to say a lot of things were unexpected so far in this very race weekend, as the Red Rocket is attacking again, very menacing there, like a shark hunting down its prey. And I'm pretty sure that... Oh my god, that was a very close one! Luckily, the lightning reaction saved them. The Rupco of Strakovic nearly ended Marcolina, who's really losing some pace right now. Maybe he burned out his tires, going too aggressive in the first few laps. That's really the whole magic about managing your tires. Strakovic is coming back. They go 3 cars wide into the corner! You gotta be kidding me! For Toshi, Strakovic, and Marcolina, as we see now Jesse K. Ken coming back at it. This is absolutely marvelous. We are 10 laps in out of 56, and it's still not very clear who may be the one who could win this race. This is absolutely electricitating. This is amazing to watch here. They are so close together, look at that. This is like a photo finish if that continues like that. And there we go, now 3 cars here on the stride. Marcolina, Strakovic and Toshi. Marcolina pulling the move into the first corner, and it seems like it works. Marcolina for Poseidon Motorsports back in the lead. How dare us? We doubted that Poseidon Energy will pull anything today. I mean, to be fair, if we are looking at Renard, back on P18, there was no improvement whatsoever for Marcolina's teammate. So it really makes me wonder, are they maybe low on fuel? Did they go too aggressive? What happened? But Marcolina is able to be so far up front while his teammate is so far back. Oh, when he slips, we saw that. There was a little slip there from Maculina. It really seems like Maculina is having some tire issues here. And now, Jesse K. Kin, the pole, oh my god, the pole setter, now back at it again. And Strakovic as well, and oh my god, that was a tight one. They were almost going 3 cars wide again, and Maculina had to leave the track temporarily to avoid a collision. And they are coming back together, very close together. And now the battle, oh my god, this is... I don't even know how to commentate this anymore, folks. This is quite going here. Look at that. Like a pearl. Like, this is like pearls on a string. These cars are close together, driving through those corners, still in lap 11. So it really will come down to the on-track performance here of who knows how to overtake better and the strategy of the teams. As now, Strakovic on the outside, and also Maculina on the inside are sandwiched 3 cars wide until that happened, and Maculina claims it, but had a little bit of a slip again. Off the rear there, I really suspect that Maculina is having some tire issues. Maybe that's why he was losing so much pace right now. Really burning them out at the very start, going unbalanced for that race start. Not too wise to do that, but who knows, maybe it will work out in the end to go that risk, as he has the lead again. And now Strakovic for Robko right behind in that rear diffuser. And now, yeah, but that won't work. He has to, yeah, he definitely has to give that position back because he left the race. And there we go, another slip. Oh my god, Maculina really struggling as we have Fujio Toshi leading the race, and now he can overtake. Now Strakovic is taking it back. What I was about to say, Strakovic was leaving the track as... basically Jesse K. Kin nearly did, but it was not all 4 wheels across the white line. So for those folks who are not aware of that, the white lines define the race borders, the racetrack borders. And when all 4 wheels are off that white line, you have left the track and you're not allowed to overtake doing that. And you have to give a position back, as Strakovic demonstrably showed us. But he overtook that on the straight. Okay, I feel like now I can finally have a sip from my drink, because I gotta say, this was quite a start for a Nuke Prix. But it's not over yet, look at that. Jesse K. Kin having to defend from Strakovic, Robko and Nuke-Cola. They're really giving us a show today. And folks, to remind you again, those two are not at good terms right now behind the scenes, as Nuke-Cola chose the Chrysler's engines over the Robko engines. Despite having a cooperation with Robko for Nuka World, the new Nuke-Cola theme park they want to open. And Robko delivered a lot of tools for that. And they expected a cooperation, and there we go. 3 cars wide, but no. Toshi decides against it. Toshi decides that's not worth it. And now, Jesse K. Kin back at it, but there we go. Toshi basically on the inside line here. Oh my god, what a hasty move by Strakovic. That was a bit aggressive. I hope we get to see that one in a replay at some point, because I feel like Jesse K. Kin had to step on the brakes for that one. That was just very close, and that's the thing you should not do. Moving under braking, that is a big no-no. So when you're in a braking zone, moving your lane, switching your lane over is just incredibly risky, especially at such a pace. I mean, those cars go there, by the way, on that back straight, over 300 kilometers an hour. So that is not a fun thing. And there we go. Jesse K. Kin is coming into the pits. We have the first pit stop at lap 14 right now. Let's see. What will the tires be and how will the stop go? Looks like soft tires again. Soft compounds going fast. And there we go. Very good stop. Everything looking fine. And with that, Jesse K. Kin goes back on the track. After 14 laps, you have the first few pit stops, and that means that Strakovic is right now the race leader in front of Fujio Toshi. Toshi, of course, being on the medium tires, so Toshi will be able to go longer. While I think it was a slight slip by the race leader here with the yellow helmet and the green camo. Fits very greatly together. Very great color combination there. And now on the back straight here, on the FalloutForHope straight. It looks fine. Well, we have one of the Corvegas attacking right now in the back here. For Fujitoshi now, coming back at it. It is a battle for the lead again. And a legit one as well. We sadly miss Jesse K. Kin right now, who came to the pits, but I'm pretty sure that it means that everyone on softs will come soon. So that means that also this guy here in the focus, Milan Strakovic, will come into the pits very soon as well, as we have Rad Rocket leading the race right now with Fujitoshi. What a start! 14 laps, and now we finally get a breather. And yeah, there he goes into the pits. So now we see the pit stop of the green camouflage team of Rupco. Let's see how they will perform. Going past all the other garages there, and it looks like soft tires there as well. Going the same strategy as... Oh, that was a very... No, that's medium tires. I'm sorry about that. As a colorblind person myself, it's very hard to tell every single time. Thank you for your patience there. And there you go. Jessie K. Kin is right there. We see her right now in the first corner. So she actually maintained the lead. A better strategy by Jessie K. Kin, as Milan Strakovic on the mediums will have a struggle to catch up there. And that leaves for Fujitoshi as the race leader with quite a gap right now until he will come into the pits. And I think that will not be until a few laps, because he is driving on mediums. He started on mediums. Even though he did quite well on the mediums, I wouldn't be too surprised if they ended up stopping earlier than the others on mediums, the two arc jets. As we see now, a battle here between Garrett Kiss, Marcolina, and I think that's Bartok Metmini. No, that's Armando Souza. I'm sorry about that. Armando Souza of Crisis Corvega. Just before the race, they ripped off that chromatic lining of their car out of fear that it may weigh a little bit too much. Of course, we are talking here about like just very, very, very slight differences, but they mean a lot on the racetrack. So Garrick is the only one left for Voltag, as Frog had to retire early. Now coming into the pits as well. Let's see how that stop works out for Voltag. Also Corvega coming in, Slow Comes Joe coming in. And the second Rupco of Gabi Snallisdottir. There we go, that's a good stop by Voltec. Looking pretty sharp. Voltec also using the Rupco engines. See a battle between Rupco and one of those Nuke Colas. And there's the race leader for you, Fujitoshi. Big gap. I would estimate that's around 10 seconds right now, so that's quite some time. You can take it easy. There we are on board. Very loud that engine is. We can barely see the other car on the horizon there, so really a very good gap to Marcolina right there. There we go, there's Marcolina, who's right now on P2. But the question is, who will come into the pits and when? But that is right now your opportunity to post in social media your excitement about the Formulout 1 championship right now with hashtag Formulout1. Also advertise the show that we are hosting here today. Camera switching through, there we go. Okay, so we have Fujitoshi, Marcolina still has to come to the pits, Jessie K. Kin, there we go, indeed on 2 softs, then Strakovic was on softs. Did I say mediums earlier? I thought I saw mediums. Was hard to tell for me. So he did indeed come on softs again. As we see a pit stop right here by Marcolina. Starting P17. Had a very, very great start here. Was leading the race for a couple of laps. And now coming back out onto the racetrack. But, oh my god, he lost a lot of positions. Yeah, that was not a very wise tactic to go that long on the softs there. Down to P15. Almost back at where the teammate is. A very, very bad strategy there from Poseidon Energy. It worked for the first few laps, but they would have to stop earlier. That is the thing. I'm pretty sure they will think about that now, seeing how far back Makolina has been spilled. If you compare it to the other teams right here. But Jiutachi right now is leading very comfortably in front of Jesse Kaikin, who's battling with Strakovic again. So we have Robko versus Nuka-Cola. And on the back there, switching positions constantly. So it really looks like very great. And there we go. Okay, for Jiutachi coming in. I did not expect that one to be that early. Lap 17. Okay, a few laps have been done, but interesting. So it seems like Poseidon tried to pull right there a move on like driving the softs as mediums. And interestingly enough, they go in mediums again. A very, very unorthodox, I wanted to say, unorthodox strategy here to go 2 times on medium. Interesting. And now we have a whole new picture to that race. I think everyone was in the pits right now. So we have Jesse Kaikin leading the race legit in front of Strakovic with quite a gap. Look at this. Look at this. This is like around 5 seconds that Strakovic will have to catch up here. 1, 2, okay, more like 3 seconds. More like 3 seconds that he will have to catch up. Let's see if he can manage that. It will be quite interesting, because those two are rivalizing teams right now. As Nuka-Cola decided to go for the Chrysler's engines. Chrysler's having quite a good performance right now as well, as we saw that earlier there. Question is for how long it stays. Yep, Bartok met Mini, even briefly on P4 there, so it really looks great for the Indian of Chrysler's Kovaiga. Oh, I think Jesse Kaikin was a bit slow through that corner. I'm pretty sure I think she slipped, if I saw that correctly, a little bit and had to catch the car. That was not too good. That was not too good, because that costs time. Pull that a couple of times and you're directly overtaken by your opponent, who's right back there. Now I have to raise the volume of my voice again, because the TV team decides to give us an onboard cam where the engines are pretty loud. But the gap still seems very comfortable. The gap still seems very comfortable for Jesse Kaikin. Nothing to be afraid of here for Nuka-Cola. Zapping that thirst, that's a good one, everyone. Yes, right now, everyone. Grab your glasses, cups, bottles, tin cans, wherever you have your bevy in. And have a sip from your Vault 13 canteen, as we see now the front of Strakovic here. Let's see. Alright, so Strakovic seems to come closer. It may just look like it, but my feeling says he's actually pulling closer. He's not yet in the reach for slipstream though. He's too far away. He's most likely driving right now in some turbulent air that is caused by a car. Any car, for instance, there's always a turbulent air behind them, because the wind cannot really basically the particles, there we go, the particles in the air have to realign. I mean, it could still work though, that he's still in clean air, but when you have those particles and they hit your car, then with your aerodynamics, it can be that it is not aligned to that. So depending on how the teams design their aerodynamics, maybe that's how also Makolina managed to get up front so fast. Maybe they just had a setup in their aerodynamics to deal with that turbulent air from the other teams in front. That could well be why he couldn't lead as well and was done so slow. As we see here, Matt Mini on P3, and that even rhymes. Defending against Key Lime Maple here, the second Nuka-Cola car here. Doing a fantastic job. You can distinguish Matt Mini from Souza very easily with that very blue helmet there. As he gets overtaken by Key Lime Maple. Unfortunately, that happened, but coming back at it on the stride. There you go. Now on the inside line, let's see how that goes for P3. Not yet. And now on the outside, oh my god, what a move, but it's not enough. It is not enough. It was a very smart move, I gotta say. Was a very hectic one as well, but it sadly didn't work out. At least not yet. But I'm pretty sure, as it draws closer, you can actually do it to get past Key Lime Maple. Canadian here. He's still driving under the flag of Canada as we are having, a very tight battle back there. For P4 as well. Sadly, the TV cams are missing that right now, but we also want to watch this battle. This is too much. Too many battles right now happening. And Matt Mini goes past easily, but Key Lime Maple is back at it. It's not enough, though. Not enough, but there we go. Matt Mini now in a potential podium position for Chrysler. So Chrysler's really showing a very great performance today. With both Nuke Colas and both Chryslers up there. So it really seems that Chrysler has produced a very great car for this track. And a very great engine that can deal with it. Now on the outside line, but I think that was not legal because it seemed to me like Key Lime Maple left the track there, but still it was a very tight squeeze there. Maple really giving it all to get that P3 back. They want that P3 back, and now it seems like they got it. But Matt Mini is coming back at it, but yeah, early on the brakes, not risking it. But now, I don't know if that was too smart because he was a bit close there and had to back off. And a little after that, Macolina is on P13, so it doesn't really seem that Macolina will come back here again due to that strategy. There's also the two Red Rockets are losing pace, unfortunately. But there we go, Matt Mini still at it at Maple. This is a fight for position number 3, folks, for the podium, for the third step up there on the stage. This will be a left and right. He decides that for one line, and there he goes. And Key Lime Maple, yeah, they have to be patient here. Staying the slipstream now. Let's see how that will turn out. We see a replay here of Christian Stander behind his teammate James Hartley. He pulls Thomas the Tank Engine. James Hartley out of the race. The Texan Heat has claimed its second victim today. RIP engine indeed. And there we go, inside line. And now Key Lime Maple, they can do it, but Mini, this is amazing. Look at that, Matt Mini back at it. This is amazing racing to watch. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And they go both through that hairpin. Amazing. And leaving space for each other as well. Quite the sportsman behavior here. It's not over yet. Yellow flags waved here, of course, because of Hartley's car, unfortunately. The Red Rocket sadly got dropped back a little bit, as we have the question here from the chat. Last time I was checking, they were outside the top 10 even. I don't know what happened with the pace there. Maybe it was the strategy, really, for Giotoshi starting on mediums and then changing on mediums again. So I don't know if that strategy was too wise to go, as we see the battle here for P3 still going on. This is absolutely crazy. Now on the inside, does it work? No, not yet. But Bartek Matt Mini is not giving up. This is quite an intense battle for P3 here. Look at this. He's already in the diffuser of Key Lime Maple. They are doing a great job at defending. Question is, where will he dare it again? And now on the outside, oh, that could have been too far. Yeah, the way Matt Mini was pulling back again. Oh, 3 cars into that. until that happened. 4P5. What a marvel to see here. And now 3 cars wide again on that stride. Oh my god, what a move there by Garrikis. That was a very risky one, but it worked so far. But Sousa really suffering the consequences from it, having to step on the brakes there. Poor bloke there. What an intense close racing everywhere on the track here. Wherever they battle, it really is tense and close. You gotta give him that. And as the sparkling is normal, that you see at some cars, depending on how low they are. So every car there, they have like a wooden floor to them. And when the car's suspensions are set very low, they will of course hit the racetrack, and this is then where you have the sparks flying. It's a regulation for these cars. The skid plate, thank you chat. The skid plate, that is the professional term for it. As I try to explain it as simple as possible. Oh my god, but what a belly for P5 between the leftover ball tag of Garrikis. Twig Frog sadly out of this race in the home Nuke Prix. Now we see, oh my god, look at this. So this is right now Strakovic catching up to Jesse Kaikin on P1. The gap actually got decreased. He actually managed to catch up over the past few laps, but we can see that back there, the field's not too far away after 24 laps. It could get interesting over the course of the race right now, depending on their strategies, of course. The guy with the yellow helmet, he's keeping it steady. And he's keeping it consistent. But leading a race is not easy. And the thing is, so that's the thing. Catching up to a car is one thing, but overtaking is another. We've seen that so far. It always has been very close in that regard. As Matt, Mini, and Maple are still battling for P3. You cannot make this up. Chryslers and Nuke Prix are battling each other, but that is a very friendly battle. It is almost comical if you consider Jesse Kaikin and Strakovic. They were having quite an aggressive battle so far. 2 rivals right there, already writing history. And then Maple, the teammate of Jesse Kaikin, battling with Chryslers. This is almost comical. You could really argue it's almost comical. And now we see now the current standing. So Maple on P3, Matt Mini on 4, Toshi on 5th, Zuza on 6, Garrikis on 7, Stoperevsky of Arctic Systems on P8, where he came from, Pulnavuz on P9, Shotashvili back on P10. So that's the second of the Rad Rockets, the first one on P5. Marcolino on P11, catching up again. Danzig on P12 for Arctis. Then Kalic, the second. Slowcam's Joe on 13. Snarlysdotter, very far off the pace if we compare her to her teammate, who's battling here for P1. Basically, Soliora on P15. Then we have the Poseidon Energy of Renan on P16. Kozinos on P17 and Stender. Oh, Stender just overtook Renan. There we go. And out of the race are Hartley and Frog. So 1 Mass Fusion and 1 Voltac out of this race. Whew, but finally we can have some breather. That's one thing you gotta enjoy, I have to say. The first laps are very intense, and now we see now the back cam again. I have to raise my voice again. Thank you, TV team. Look at that. Yeah, he actually caught up quite a lot over the past few laps. Strakovic is at it. This could be a very intense fight to the end here between Nuke Prix and Rad Rocket. The two teams not having a good relation right now over the engine deal. Imagine they would fight now for the lead for real. Imagine this would turn out to be a battle between those two for the first race. We could totally see that turning out to a big rivalry in the future if that persists. As we're riding now on board with Strakovic. The Yugoslav really pulling out some time there on Jesse Kaikin. Look at that. Oh, 318 kilometers an hour, folks. For the Americans, that is 197 miles an hour. 197 miles an hour. That was the speed that they were driving there on that stride. 109, so almost 200 miles an hour right there. As now, oh, interestingly, Jesse Kin is coming into the pits for the second stop. Going on 2 softs so far. Will it be mediums this time around? Let's see. Yeah, this time it's mediums. We can see the yellow very clearly. There we go. Good stop. Everything working out for Nuke there in the red suits. And Jesse Kin is back on the track very soon. There we have it. Now you also see other tires used by the teams Jesse Kin, softs, mediums. Medium compounds being a bit harder than the softs, meaning that they last longer but also provide less grip, meaning that the times will not be as fast. We see that Toshi was driving 2 times a medium so far, being P3, so a fantastic performance by Fujio Toshi so far. You love the Stealth Boy steering wheel? That is indeed a feature of Rupco. Playing with the Stealth Boys and presenting that technology right there. As they also have Westek, of course, as a sponsor there. I think it was another team, Mass Fusion, who are using a holographic version of that. We also see the tires used by the 2 DNFs here, but that's not too interesting for us. Stopper Rescue also 2 times the mediums on P9, so it really seems like the mediums were the better start, it seems almost. Just by what we see here in that structure, as we see for Toshi here. We're just talking about him being on P2, defending himself against Matt Mini from Chrysler's Kavega. And we are now in race lap 28 out of 56. It's looking pretty good. And now it really comes down a lot to the strategy of the tires. Who's burning them through, who's driving too aggressively, who can maintain those tires, because this track, not only is it very long, for a matter of fact, like 5.5 kilometers is quite a long racetrack in that regard for all the, compared to all the racetracks we have this season. I think the only one longer by length is the one in Spa-Francorchamps. So the one in Wallonia, Belgium. So this track really eats the tires, especially due to the heat here in Texas. That is not to be neglected. I haven't watched the temperatures today, but I think we're in the 80s, 90s range of Fahrenheit today. So it's quite a warm day. No, still okay for Texas for the summer, you gotta say though. We were lucky that we had the clouds out earlier during the day. In the warm-up, we had still a very overcast sky there, but I'm pretty sure that helped with cooling down the track. As now the Rupco of Strakovic is coming to the pit. Let's see, will he be out in front of Jesse Kin this time? They didn't manage to do that before. They are stopping after Nuke again. They're getting the tires on, it's looking good. He's coming back. And let's see now, how's it turning out for the Yugoslav, who's getting overtaken by dozens of cars on the list. Struggles to catch up here. I think I see, yeah, no, that's the teammate. Oh, this is not good, the teammates coming together. The teammates of Rupco coming together. I don't think, oh my god, I don't know if they touched even. It was very hard to see that from that angle. But he's passed. Then we see the replay. So there's Snarlisdottir. Oh, that was very unlucky. Oh, and into the side pod of let's hope the side pod didn't take any damage from that. That is very unfortunate. So Strakovic there was in the blind spot for... Yeah, he couldn't see her either. He couldn't see Snell. He couldn't anticipate that one. Oh boy, and at the point they did, it was too late. And that, yeah, I did see some damage on the front wing there for Snarlisdottir. Very, very unlucky as they came together. Collision between teammates. That is always a very, very, very controversial and ugly thing to happen. As we are riding on board right now with Armando Souza for Crisis Cavega here. Coming into the pits. Oh, look at those. Ooh. Yeah, those tires are not looking good. Those tires are not looking good. And with that, good night to the fellow Europeans that have to go at this very late hour already. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we'll catch you hopefully soon. And hopefully we'll catch the rest of the race later when it's uploaded. Alright, so for Giyotashi, still leading the race right now with quite a comfortable gap. It's looking good. There's a lot of love in the community. I can confirm that as we have the chat talking about it with Asset, Kim and Billifos. For all of those who just tune in, we are in the first race, and at what you missed a whole lot. If you tune in right now, I can recommend rewatching the start of this race because oh my god, was that intense. For the first, I would say 14 laps, it was absolutely electrifying. It was so electrifying, you could literally feel a lightning sparking up in the air. Because oh my god, was that a race start. The field right now absolutely shuffled through. And this guy here, Macolina, he did quite a show early on in the race, starting P17. And then was in the race for a couple of laps, getting spilled back again. And then we have Strakovic coming back at it again. Yes, very smart move by Strakovic. He remembered because he got a switchback move earlier by Macolina, and this time he secured the inside right away to make sure this will not happen a second time to him. There is a big learning curve right there for the Yugoslav, for Robko Racing. Very smart move. And about the question, how can he be P4 when he was just at 15? Pit stops. We had a lot of pit stops right now, as you may have seen earlier. A lot of the teams coming in. And this is the race leader still for Giyotashi, running a different strategy than everybody else right now. 2 times and mediums. The only other person we've seen so far doing that is Stoparevsky for ArcJet Systems. But that's the gap. There you go. So it's not too big, and Tashi will definitely still have to come in for a 3rd stop, without any doubt. Maybe even a 4th one. We'll have to see. It's very hard to determine how long these tires will last, of course. And there's Jesse Kaikin, running on mediums right now as well, but on new mediums. And there you have the whole lineup right now after those pit stops. Pit stops are over right now, so Tashi, Jesse Kaikin, Strakovic, that's your top 3 right now. So Rat, Rocket, Nuke, Killer, Robko. Macolina for Poseidon Energy back on P4. He kind of rescued that. Matt Mini on 5 for Crisis Cavega. Keyline Maple secures P6 for now, but fighting with Armando Souza in the 2nd Chrysalis. Garrick is the only Voltac as Shrug has to retired on P8, and then Shotashvili the 2nd Robko, the 2nd Rad Rocket, I'm sorry about that, the 2nd Rad Rocket on P9, and Stoparevsky on P10, the 2nd Robko's on P14 only. Whew, alright. Thank you so much for the ride as well. I didn't know why we... there's the alert. That is a bit too big though. Hang on a second. That should be a bit... There you go. Thank you very much for that ride there, Psionic Monkey. Let's get a shout out ready for our friend Sonic Monkey. Doing a lot of 76 lately. Thank you moderators for doing that for me. There we go. Toshi defending hardly against Jessie K. Kin. She's already in the back diffuser, folks. This is the move right now. Nuke Cola versus Red Rocket. Who's gonna come up victorious here? As on the inside line, does that work towards the last corner of that lap? It does, but it's not. Oh my god, that was a close one. It's not over yet. It's not over yet. We are now on the stride here, on the main stride. He's coming back at it for Toshi on the outside into that hairpin, but it's not enough just now. And Nuke Cola can keep in front as we see the Robco there catching up again. We have 3 different teams right now battling for the lead as Strakovic for Robco is dying closer and closer, and they two are battling. You would think they should maybe work together, you might think. They should work together to abuse each other's slipstream to get away from that green menace behind. There we go, that's the onboard of Strakovic right now. Yeah, that battle has cost them time, and now Strakovic can catch up. He cannot mustard, he cannot mayonnaise, but he can catch up, let me tell you that. It's looking good. It's looking like we will have a very, very close battle there at the very end, as it turns out so far. As they are switching positions back again, look at this. Look at this. They're changing positions constantly, like a young couple trying to figure it out. Who sleeps on which side of the bed? That's really how it seems here, look at that. Because Jessica Kin is back on P2 again. Got re-overtaken by Fujio Toshi, who is on old tires. He will have to come in eventually at some point. Question is when. Now blocking the inside. It's not... yeah, it is enough. It is enough, but that cost time because he had to go a way different line, and so did Jessica Kin. Jessica Kin now under threat by Strakovic, who overtakes on the inside, and he also goes on the inside, and 3 cars wide into that turn, and you cannot believe it, Robco pulling that move. What a fantastic move by Strakovic. 2 cars in basically just 1 corner, fantastically done. Into that very tight hairpin. And everyone, yes, everyone's still having the front wings. It is a miracle. It is an absolute miracle. They are doing such a great job here. The driver's performance, absolutely outstanding. And now, oh, they were touching here. But that was more like a gentle kiss on the side pod. I don't think there was any damage occurring from that. And now Jessica Kin pulling that move on the FalloutForHope straight towards that corner there. There's another hairpin coming up. This is absolutely marvelous. You can't believe it. It's a threesome, folks. It's a threesome live on Twitch. It's a threesome live on air. And now oh my god, they both are holding up each other. Strakovic can now pull out a gap as they are fighting each other. Look at this. This is not too wise to fight each other. They should actually use the slipstream available to them to catch back up again. It is scandalous indeed. Oh boy. Oh boy. I really have to say, there's no reason to shut your eyes 35 laps in still. What a fantastic first race of the season here. This Nuke Prix has it all in for us. And look how close they're still together after 35 laps. This is absolutely outstanding. I really need a shower after this one. I have to say that. I really need a shower. Because how close it has been throughout nearly every single battle we were seeing on the field so far. And barely any damage from anyone here so far. A very, very good performance by all the drivers. But now, Jessica Kin in the slipstream of Strakovic. She's catching up. Look at that. You can literally hear the Jaws music coming up. Da-dun. Dun 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 da 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 da, and there she goes past on the straight. Very easy, very fine, and very clean. As for Toshi, is dropping back a little bit after feeling, but again, he's on old tires. He's on old medium tires, so that would explain it, why he's dropping back. But I have to say, we could sit here all day developing horn skin or our bumps watching this. This is how intense this battle is. And also to mention again, Nuke and Robco not very fond of each other after a little bit of politics over an engine deal here. And now Strakovic back again on the stride. Let's see how this turns out. Strakovic in the front again, in the lead. Will there be a switchback move? No, there will not. I think he figured out how to break into that first corner to leave another car behind. And to address a question in the chat, there is no ERS in this series. We do not have the energy recovery system at all. This is not a thing here. Oh, there we go on the outside line and back again, and it works for Jesse Kin. There we go. Very good job. Solid performance. And also DRS is not a thing. You may see the rear wing actually opening, but the way it is that it has no effect. It has been disabled. So this is the pure aerodynamic performance here. And look at them fighting. This is just fantastic to watch. They are battling for the first win, for the first victory of all the Formulout 1. The very first Nuke Prix. Two teams here that are not at good terms with each other, battling for the lead in the first race. I don't know what's more exciting than that, but this is absolutely outstanding. For Toshi dropped back a little bit, but don't get disappointed by that. I'm pretty sure, depending on how the pit stops will turn out, things can wrap around fastly again. And, yeah, P13 and 14 right now for the Slow Comes Joe team, as we had the question in the chat. They indeed fell back a little bit. But the first race can always be quite challenging for the teams, as we have Strakovic coming back at it. Look at this. Look at this. Like pearls on a string. This is such a tight battle. You cannot make this up. This is absolutely amazing. And now, will she do it on the inside? Yeah, he was trying to pull, he was trying to block it, but no way to do that. But now, Strakovic has this very, very, very long stride. I'm pretty sure, yeah, there you go. Easy. Easy move. Should go without any complications. Oh, actually, he got some complications. Look at that defense there. Very great defense, but Jesse Kin, but it's not over yet. Now on the... Yeah, there you go. Now on the inside on that corner. What a battle. How tactical they are playing it. The positioning on the track here is very vital, and they're both doing a fantastic job. Look at this. Already one entire sector battling back and forth, changing the positions. More like I have to change my underpants here, because this is absolutely outstanding. I'm already on my third shirt. I'm not, but this is absolutely fantastic. You know, switching shirts at this ride is not even recommended. Just keep the old one on. You just ruin all of those. Just have one, or maybe none. Might be better at that heat right now. So there we go. He's coming back at it again. Strakovic, Jesse Kin. This is an intense battle. If they can maintain that until the end, this will be a Nuke Prix for the books indeed. Something we did not really expect. We did expect everyone to give their absolute best. And of course the first victory will be an historic event, but the first race itself? There we go now on the inside line towards that hairpin to that very, very long straight. Which in fact is longer than the start-finish straight for those who weren't aware. Also with quite some elevation change there. But looking pretty good for Jessie Kin still. She's still very, very good at defending. And look at that. That gap to Toshi is increasing despite them both battling. I would say for Toshi has to come in to change the tires. What do you say, chat? It seems like they really need to come in for the pit because he's losing so much time right now. He's actually under threat by the two Chryslers Corvegas. I feel like they kinda overplayed it with that strategy. They wanted to go all in, they wanted to risk it, and it didn't turn out great, did it? As now, there's a battle again into that corner, side by side, but it still looks pretty good. They still keep it clean, but it's not over yet. Strakovic back again at it, now on the inside line towards the hairpin, and it works. Will there be a switchback move? No, just no switchback moves anymore on Strakovic. You cannot play with that Yugoslav anymore. I feel like he learned his lesson from Makolina, who really did a surprise move there. Look at that, he actually managed to brake so greatly that Jessie K. Kin had to brake even harder. And so she got spilled back a little bit, but looking pretty good still. It is still a very tight gap here. Well, the gap back to Toshi is almost 7 seconds from what I estimate personally. We sadly don't have a number on that, but just by rough counting. Anyhow, Jessica Kin is back at it again. They're switching it again. Of course, they are switching it again. Now, if those two teams were at better terms, I would say this is a staged show. But since they had some tensions up front, there was quite a lot of action off track going on, and now it's on track as well. This seems to be a proper rivalry forming for the ages if that continues to be a thing in the season, because the first race here, everyone, this is a very impactful one. And now we have Strakovic coming back at it again on the inside line. I have the feeling it will always be like that, and no switchback move. I think Jessie K. Kin was a bit rubbing on the tire there with the front wing. We see some slight rubber on that, but it's not broken. Everything's still looking fine with that front wing, folks. No worries. Yeah, it has just... So the damage that I see on that left flap, the left side flap there, of that front wing, it merely lost a little bit of paint. But it's not really damaged. It seems all right to me. But you never know what such a scratch can already do to your aerodynamics. And she's coming back at it again now on the straight. Dude, those are... This is such a battle. We had lap 40 out of 56. There has been so far no single lap where we could shut our eyes briefly and maybe nap away, because this battle is absolutely out of the ordinary. Look at them. This is like two gladiators fighting in the Colosseum. This is an absolute intense battle between those two. Two very patriotic teams here. Robco, who have the US-American flag on the front wing, and Nuke Color advertising the new Nuke Color victory for this season on their car livery here with the US flag as well. What tires Chrysler's on? Chrysler's. Let me see. It seems soft so far for both of them, but I might be wrong. It's hard to keep track of all that information, but I can give that to you. Hang on. I accidentally closed the necessary window here. I apologize for that, but thank you for letting me know. Alright, so Chrysler's is... So let me see. Sousa is on soft. We'll have to come for mediums, definitely, because the rule is that you have to use two different set of tires under dry conditions. We're having dry conditions, so they will have to come into the pit soon for some mediums. And Matt Mini also so far on soft only. So they both will have to come in for mediums soon. That's a very interesting strategy, I gotta say. Now, Jessie K. Kin on the inside again for lap 41, and it works. But it's still not done yet. There we go, they're still battling. It's still going on. Absolutely fantastic. Also worth mentioning that Jessie K. Kin managed to pull soft medium so far, while Strakovic is on the third soft compound. And Jessie Kin comes in. There she goes. The battle for the lead temporarily is out of the way as we have the Nuke color stopping for, what's the tire? I only can see the inside there. Looks like medium tires to me. Yes, a second set of medium tires for Red Rocket. The question now is, what tires will Strakovic choose for his final stint? If that will be his final stint, I would assume so. I'm pretty sure they don't want to go into risk. So far, it seems like Robka really has been waiting every single time how Nuke Cola stops before they go in. There we have him, Strakovic. And that is soft on his car indeed. We can see it clearly now. The red side. So all these different tire compounds, they have different colors. The soft tires having red, the medium tires having yellow, and the hards having white. I don't know if anyone drove the hards today so far, though. The thing that confuses me, so the rim, yeah, it is the rim of the Robcode car that has some yellow in there. So this is why it's so confusing to see if they are on mediums or on softs. It's very hard to tell for me. Also, thank you for that subscription. The alert came very late and was interrupted there. Sorry about that, but thank you for the 10 months of subscription. Is it against regulation to use Nuke Cola Quantum for fuel? Oh, there we go. Robco coming in right now. What is the tire? They really do that, what I just said. This is unbelievable. Just as I said earlier, it looks like they're always waiting for Nuke Cola to come in because always the lap directly after that. Yeah, it's medium tires. You can see that clearly. Medium tires, so I would assume that they will drive to the end with that. Now the question is, will Strakovic come out in front of Jessie Kin? There we go, Jessie Kin, no, is in the lead. The strategy, once again, way better of Nuke Cola than for Robco, but he's still very close. It is not the end of the line. We still have quite a few laps to go, over 10 for a matter of fact. And when they come into the pits, I'm pretty sure others will come into the pits as well. We see some cars sorting in. We will come back at you with the newest report on that in a minute, as soon as we have the newest intel. And there we go, Strakovic. The on board for him right now as he's drawing closer again to Jessie Kin. Oh god, I'm a sweaty spaghetti, folks. That race has been tense so far, and then we have Armando Souza on P3 right now. For Crisis Kavega. He's right now on... I cannot see that from that camera, unfortunately. And you can see he has a little bit of a gap there as well. And he's coming into the pits. There's a pit stop for Crisis Kavega. Yeah, that is soft tires right now on Souza's car. So I'm assuming that they will go on mediums because that's the only one left, or hards. But hards on that race distance would be a bit odd. Not out of the question, but it would be odd. As Jessie Kin for Nuke Cola Racing is leading the race in front of Strakovic right now for Robco. Zoom indeed. It seems, yeah, it's mediums. It's mediums for Armando Souza there. So he's going the same strategy like the Robco of Strakovic. Alright, Jessie Kin, look at this gap. Jessie Kin versus Milan Strakovic. Nuke Cola versus Robco Racing. They were having heavy tensions before the season even started over Nuke Cola choosing Chrysler's engines. After they signed a deal with Robco for Nuka World, the amusement park for Nuke Cola. They're also advertising that on their rear wing, on the side of the rear wing. And Robka was a bit insulted by that. They were counting with another one, buying their engines for money. And that is money that they lost, of course, because suddenly Nuke decided for Chrysalis. Could have been a strategic move, you could say. I don't know why we see Makulina here right now. I think Makulina is P3 right now. Yeah, it looks, yeah, there we go. Makulina on P3. He's doing a fantastic job, folks. He started from P17, folks. Let that sink in. Carlos Javier Makulina for Poseidon Energy started P17. He made 8 positions in just the first corner. 8 positions, 10 positions in the whole first lap. Gave us quite something to watch at. Quite a fantastic move he did earlier in the race. Driving on P3 again. So the lack of pace that he had in between there, he caught up with that again. But the gap to Strakovic and Jessica Kin is quite marginal. to say it gently, it's quite a big gap. Somehow the drivers are right now in multiple bulges on the track. And they are all battling very close each other. So it really seems that the battling itself happened to draw them apart. And then we have a... That was almost a crash though, but Matt Mini caught the car greatly, getting attacked here by Keli Maple, the second Nuke here. Great defense by the Indian, but it's not over yet. It's not over yet. It's not over yet. There's also the red rocket of Toshi coming through. He's right there lurking like a shark for his opportunity. It's not done yet. Now on the outside line. Oh, just so not working for the Japanese driver here, but he's not done yet. There we go. Main straight. How will this turn out? On the outside there. Oh, 3 cars wide into that hairpin. It's always tight. Oh my god, that was a close call as well. Keli Maple, they had to really drive out of the way and nearly crashing into that red rocket there. But everything worked fine. The red rocket had to slow down there. Usually it's a red rocket, but in that situation it was a red snail. But it's not done yet. The situation, look at this. They are battling here for P4. That's a lot of points on the board for you when you finish on P4. 23 in total. And there we go. 3 cars wide into the other hairpin as well. You gotta be careful. Oh. This is an absolute tense battle. How are all the front wings still attached? Absolutely crazy. Now on the back straight here, on the FalloutForHope straight. Absolutely crazy performance here, and they go 3 cars wide again! 3 times in 3 different hairpins, they go 3 cars wide. What an absolute incredible performance we got to see here. And they kept it clean. It was sketchy, but they kept it clean. You cannot make this up. What an intense fight. They're fighting for P4 as if it was for a championship title. And now for Giottoshi on the inside. He's on hards actually, for a matter of fact. You saw the white on the tire right there. And there goes the Kavega pulling onto the inside line and taking that away from them. As the other I'm sorry. That's the other Kavega of Amanda Sousa's catching up as well. Oh my god. You cannot make this up. And there we are at the lead again. Jessica Kin versus Milan Strakovic. We are on lap 47 out of 56. We have 10 laps left. And I'm sweating as if I was driving myself. This is so exciting to watch, folks. I have no idea how they pulled that move. I have no idea how they pulled that. That was an amazing display of performance there. The drivers really showing their absolute best. This is the pinnacle. The absolute pinnacle of motorsports there. You can say that for sure, because if you can keep it clean, 3 cars wide in the same lap, very tensely through 3 different hairpin corners. Folks, that is worth a medal. That is worth a medal alone. If we had more slots on the polls, I would open a poll for driver of the day, because I'm pretty sure that would be something to discuss. But there we go. Oh, that was a close one, but it's still looking clean. Strakovic back again in the lead, but I think it will go back and forth here, folks. This battle is far from over. Nuke versus Robco. This is basically the prediction we should have run today instead. Because, oh my god, are they delivering? Are they delivering here today? Strakovic versus Jesse K. Kin. 8 more laps to go indeed. And now on the... and they touched numerous times. Everything fine though. Let's just hope that the suspensions didn't suffer anything from that. And now on the outside line... This is crazy. I don't even need to comment on that anymore. There's nothing I can do to make this more exciting anymore. What a tense battle! They are sticking together like glue. This is like some extra excess adhesive here. They are sticking together like military duct tape. I don't know how else to formulate it anymore, because this is an absolute intense battle. Switching the positions for the lead, back and forth, and that lap after lap after lap. Going all in. They are going all in, not playing it super strategic and super carefully. No, they are going all in. They want to win this very first race of the season. They are going for... Oh, that was a close one. For a moment I thought he may lose his front wing there, because that was a bit too risky by Strakovic. Absolutely desperate to get that position back. Super aggressive driving. It's going to be a photo finish, says chat. It has to be. Let me tell you that, folks. The way they are battling here right now, it would be nice if we have that. But I could also see if they go too much. They're going. The risk that they're taking. They're taking too much risk here. This is quite the battle. They touched again. This is no longer a gentleman battle. This is no longer, hey, okay, it's the first race of the season, let's take it easy. There's some real battle going on. This is like a proper war right now, folks. This is an apocalyptic war between Nuke and Robco. They're risking it all, and that is dangerous. If they come together more often, we may see one of them having to retire because of broken suspension or front wing or whatsoever. Something we do not want to imagine. Something we do not want to imagine, but it's absolutely in the possibilities there. Look at this. This is absolutely... You have to imagine. They are getting 200 miles an hour on the straights. This is how fast these cars are. And they're going with that risk in there. This is absolutely bonkers. Now, Jesse K. Kin back at it. This time it looks a bit cleaner, but how will it be in the hairpin? Everything clean so far this time around, but the lap before. 6 more laps to go, folks. 6 more laps to go. This is an absolute intense battle. We have 6 laps, and it's not clear who of these two will win. If they will win, if they will even get on the podium at all. Because that is the thing, they are battling so aggressively. One really must question if that is still to regulations here in some situations. There wasn't nothing major happening so far, but I'm pretty sure the racing stewards will have a look at that at some situations there, as they were going very aggressive. Right now in this lap, they were going a bit cooler. Maybe the teams were communicating via the intercom radio to cool it down a little bit and taking it easy to not risk the car, because that very first victory will be an historic event for either of them. Look at this tense battle. They are switching back and forth. Back and forth. This is... They are going back and forth more often like a ball in tennis. This is absolutely crazy. Let me tell you, if I was wearing a suit and tie right now, I would be melting. Because here I sit and I'm a sweaty spaghetti. I'm almost a puddle already because this is the most intense battle I think I've ever seen in my entire life. And I'm not kidding. Look at this! Coming back at it. On the stride. They're now keeping it to the strides at least. They're keeping it safe. They know. They know what's at stake here. While Strakovic is having the fastest lap so far. This is a very interesting one. Jesse K. Kin's fastest lap. A 136. Sorry, I thought it was a 135 because then there were only... then they would have been very close together. But no, the fastest lap right now by Strakovic. He could get 1 point in either case for 1:35.485. The way fastest on the grid. Strakovic. 1:35.4. The second fastest is... right now, actually, Kozanis for Archet Systems with a 1:35.9. Oh, God. So there's the lineup again. Strakovic, Jesse K. Kin, Amanda Souza on P3 for Chrysler Kabega. Toshi right now securing P4, getting past Makulina there on the Poseidon Energy. Keyline Maple on P6, Matt Mini on 7, Stoparavsky for Archet on 8. Archet really doing a great job today in the race, not so good in the qualifying, but they're really putting it out today. And there we go, Jessica. Oh yeah, she decides, no, let's not risk it here, let's rather wait for the straight as we are entering lap 52. Both Arctis and both Slocum's Joe not performing so great, and now Jessica Kin on the inside line. Oh, and they come together again. This is a... okay, at least she left some room there and let him back, but that was another situation that could have gotten very ugly. What an I'm out of words here, folks. I could retire right now, right here. This is something absolutely unexpected to see. The whole 52 laps so far, it has been tense. I haven't even started my second drink because of how tense this has been. Look at this. Let me have a quick sip here in the meantime. You should take a sip as well before we get into the final section here because this is absolutely insane here. Oh boy. Oh, and they come together, but it was fair. It was fair. Oh my God. I'm pretty sure in both garages, the mechanics are sitting there and they are praying to all the gods they can possibly believe in. Except for Poseidon, maybe, as this is an opposing team. But, wow. This is so intense, there's Pioneer Scouts coming in. This is true. Praying to Atom, you could say, yes. Oh my God. See, you cannot make this up. It's lap 53, and they're still going. This is like, when are we getting released from that tension? Every single of my muscles is absolutely tense. It's a wonder if I can walk the next day. Because this is just absolutely crazy to watch. I don't know what other word to pick. It's just crazy. I was about to say excited. That's kind of fitting, but not enough. Oh, okay, everything fine still, but they're both slipping a little bit on the exit there. So both are struggling with the tires. Both are on medium tires, by the way. They're only one lap apart. So there's nobody who will come into the pits anytime soon. This is a real battle going on here. Side by side, going through every single corner here. That was a close touch there, but nothing happened, luckily. This battle. And now on the slipstream, Jesse Kaikin will certainly try it again to come back at it. Slocum's Joe. Nuke Cola or Robco Racing? That's the question right now. Or will they crash out and maybe Armando Souza of Crisis Cavega will be the lucky winner. That is the question right now, folks. Lap 54. We are entering the final laps. The final laps are on. And it's still not evidently clear who will win this race. The very first Nuke Prix of the Formulout 1 Championship. Before we then will move over to Europe 2 weeks later, to Italy, to the Nuke Prix of Lombardia. So the teams have 2 weeks to travel over there and get prepared. Look at this, look at this. Strakovic is coming back at it into that hairpin. Everything clean, everything fine. But now on the back stride. This is tense, folks. We are getting there. We are getting there. Everyone who predicted on one of those two teams, I'm pretty sure you will be sitting on the ceiling like Spider-Man at this point, because oh my goodness, is this a tense battle? Strakovic, Jessica Kane, Armando Souza, that's your top three. For Toshi for Rad Rocket on P4. Key Lime Maple on 5th, the second Nuka-Cola, then Makolina on 6th, doing a fantastic job for Poseidon there. Matt Mini on 7, Stoparevsky, great job for Archer Systems on 8. Shotashvili on P9, Garrick is the only leftover Voltec on P10. Not very good for Voltec. That weekend looks as dark as the inside of your eyelids there for Voltec. Kozin is on P11, so very great job, and now we have the pit, no, I think it was just on a stride. I was just about to say it should be pit, but no. There's just some battles going on, but this is the problem is we're having a battle here in the lead that we also want to watch. That is super tense as well. There's so much happening on the track right now. We cannot even keep up here. Even the list cannot update to what's happening here right now because of how tense it is everywhere on the track. All these cars are very close together in those groups that they are. Anything can happen at this point. They are so close together. It is absolutely out of the ordinary. And there we see Jessie K. Kin being now in the slipstream. Now in the FalloutForHope strat. Can she make it after that hairpin? Now on the inside line. The aerodynamics helped there a lot, but it's not over yet. Alright, folks. This is it. This is it. Final order, everyone. The race is about to close very soon. And it is a super tense battle. Very, very close. Between Nuka-Cola with Jesse Kaikin and Milan Strakovic for Robka Racing. These two that you see right now. It is a super tense battle. They are in each other's diffusers. They are rimming each other, one could say. And we are entering right now the final lap, folks. The final lap of the Nuke Prix of Texas. And there we go. Strakovic going for it. Towards the first corner here. Trying to keep the lead right now. Closing the inside line. Jesse Kaikin has to draw back. Is this the final move of the race? Or will she come back at it? Will she risk it? Or will she keep P2 and be happy with it? Well, Strakovic has still the fastest lap of the race and hence has 1 point secured. So has Jesse Kaikin for the pole position, by the way. Now it's just about who finishes where on the podium between those two. As they come past the Independent Fallout Wiki chicane, now towards the Permadeath and Empire Waste chicane. And now they're going on the straight. Basically the final opportunity for Jesse Kaikin to overtake safely on that back straight, in the slipstream, on the inside. It looks absolutely fantastic for her right now. But now Strakovic is coming back at it on the outside line into that chicane. And he's still there. It's not over. He's still there. Look at them battling in the final lap so close together. On the inside line, he goes through. Cannot hold it. He cannot hold it. Jesse Kaikin leads. This is a very tense battle as they go into the final few turns. This is a super tense one. This is not even a second separating them. And now they are going into the final few corners. He's trying it again. He's sticking at it. He's sticking at it. Will he do it? He is super close. He's trying to take, but he has to draw back. And there we see the checkered flag. And it is a win for Nuka-Cola Racing and Jesse Kaikin. What an absolute banger. What a season opener. You cannot make this up, folks. What an intense finish. What an intense finish. Nuke winning the first Nuke Prix over Robco, but so close. Absolutely close. And now we finally can have a breather. Armando Souza finishing on P3.
We did it! We did it! Thank you so much, team. On the pit wall, everyone, second factory. You're amazing.
Absolutely crazy. And it's Strakovic, no traffic in the radio. And there we go. This is the end of the first Nuke Prix. And here are the results, look at this. Jesse Kaikin taking the victory right here in the Nuke Prix of Texas. What a close finish. We see now all the info right there. Souza finishing on P3 for Chrysler's Kavega. 3 different teams on the podiums. And a very strong weekend for Nuka-Cola as Kilo Maple finishes on P4. And for Geotachi, the first red rocket on 5. Garricus rescues P6, and also very great performance there by Poseidon Energy with Carlos Macolina on P7. Matt Mini for Chrysler securing P8, and Stoparevsky here for ArcJet securing quite a lot of points in the top 10 together with Shotashvili, the second red rocket. Outside of the top 10, Snola started for Robco, then Kalic, Danzig, Pulnavus, Kozenis, Soliora, Stander, Renard, and then the 2 DNFs of James Hartley and Twig Frog. There she is, folks! An absolutely amazing win. Super close, super tense, shaking hands with the opponent there of Corvega, but not with the one of Robco. That speaks volumes. Let that sink in. Shaking hands with Chrysler, who are the developer and the deployer of the engines for Nuka-Cola. But that battle with Strakovic was a very, very close one. And yeah, Mass Fusion not having a good day. Stander on P17. Hartley DNF. Very, very bad for Mass Fusion, but the first race is always hard. You know what they say, the first time is always weird. That's the case for Mass Fusion. As we have the podium celebrations now, folks. A very great performance here from all the drivers. We have to clearly say that Nuka-Cola is the winner of the Nuke Prix. Strakovic on P2 for Robco. And Armando Souza securing P3. Amazing performance. And with that, the first race of the democracy season is done, and champagne well deserved for the drivers for that amazing race. Absolutely amazing. Great performance by all of them, and a very close finish as well.